Oh. Yeah. Yeah, of course. One or two. One.
Hare Krishna. Devotees, today we are blessed having His Holiness Bhakti Vighna Maharaj, his association. We're going to have 2 weeks taking his association. I would like to give a short introduction about Maharaj. His Holiness Bhakti Vighna Maharaj was initiated by His Divine Grace, A.C. Srila Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada in London in the year of 1971. Maharaj has been preaching for last more than 25 years in Asian countries such as India, Philippines, China and Thailand. Through his years of preaching, Maharaj has given countless souls practicing guidance and deep inspiration. Maharaj took sannyas in Mayapur in the year of 1994 by His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Maharaj is very strict in his sadhana and he truly walks by his staff. Maharaj has been teaching Mayapur Institute since from the beginning. The Mayapur Institute started. Maharaj has been teaching online and on-site courses. Maharaj is teaching Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava and Bhakti Vedanta as well. So let's welcome Maharaj by loudly chanting the holy name.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Bhakti Krishna Chaitanya So, welcome everyone to Bhakti Shastri course. Something's wrong with my computer today. You got any computer experts here? I'm just trying to put the page, you know, it doesn't seem to. It shouldn't go like that. I'm moving half the page. Alright, so here we are, Canto 6, Chapter 7, right? So, what happened in Chapter 6? How did Chapter 6 conclude? Who remembers what was happening? Chapter 6 was the progeny of the daughters of Daksha. You were hearing about it.
Today's festival.
When we have a break. When we have a break. So, the daughters of Daksha, one of them had the good fortune, you could think, but she was the wife of who? Twasta, right? Twasta. Here, Ratana, the daughter of the Daityas, became the wife of Prajapati Twasta. Twasta is the father of Vishvarup. Right? So by the semen, his semen, he begot in her womb two very powerful sons, Sanivesha and Vishvarup. So this Vishvarup, he's central figure in this new chapter we're going to hear. And Sukadeva Goswami was telling about the daughters of Daksha, and Vishwarup was the son of the daughter of their eternal enemies, the demons. He was the son of the daughter, who was it, the mother? Rachana, yeah. And the demigods accepted him as their priest by the order of Brahma, when they abandoned their spiritual master Brihaspati, whom they had disrespected. So this is the clue for this chapter here, with chapter 7. At the end of chapter 6, Maharaj Parikshit heard how they had abandoned their spiritual master and they had disrespected him. So certainly wanted, wow, what happened that they disrespected their spiritual master? Maharaj Parikshit is going to inquire about this. This section on Vishwarup, you may be interested to know, Vishwarup is the hero of the Bhagavatam. Oh, he's one of the heroes of the Bhagavatam. He's one of the heroes of the Bhagavatam. Very, very great devotee. We're going to hear about his wonderful devotion. So, it's a very nice section of the Bhagavatam. We want you to relish it. It's such an important section. We're hearing about great devotion from, we'll hear about this Vishwa. From out of who's the great devotee? Asura. Yeah, he's an Asura, but he's a great devotee. Go here. Anyway, this 7th chapter describes how Brihaspati was offended by the demigods, how he left them and the demigods were defeated, and how the demigods, following the instructions of Lord Brahma, accepted Vishwarup as the priest to perform their activities. So first of all, we're going to hear about how the demigods offended their guru and why he, well, of course, if they offended, then definitely you don't want to be the guru anymore, right? Forget that, right? Don't need that kind of disciple, do you? They're going to offend you, no, just go away, just leave them, you know, you don't need, it's a burden. You have if you have somebody, a disciple, and they offend you, why should you bother about them? Just leave them to it. Because it's just trouble. Why should you accept so much trouble? So then you can see there's a group of verses here, up to number 8. Sukadeva Goswami speaking, replying, Maharaj Parikshit wanted to know what happened, that the demigods offended their guru. The demigods, they're supposed to be in the mode of goodness. Right? They're meant to be pious souls. How could they offend their guru? We will hear. So Sukadeva Goswami describes about King Indra, the king of heaven, that he was extremely proud because of his great opulence. You live in heavenly planets, and certainly you can be proud. Even if you live in opulence on this planet, people become proud, right? Somebody may be living in Goranaga. Right? They may be living in Goranaga, and they may have a little opulence. They may have the nice apartment, furnished with beautiful sofas and air conditioning everywhere.
Nearby to the temple, and nearest to the temple.
Nearest to the temple, but never come to the temple.
Yeah.
So, the king of heaven, that he was very opulent, he broke the law of Vedic etiquette. He did not follow the proper etiquette which he was supposed to. He was surrounded by all these different demigods. The Gandharvas, the Siddhas, the Charanas, all these people. All, and even great saintly persons all surrounded him. The Vidyadharas, Apsaras, all these people, even the Patakas and Uragas, meaning the birds and snakes, all of them were offering Indra respect and services. And the Apsaras and Gandharvas dancing and singing, you know, they have that ability. They can sing very nicely, they can dance very wonderfully. So Indra was being surrounded with he was giving so much honor, and they had a white umbrella over his head, signifying he's a great king. And he's got his beautiful wife sitting with him, half the throne. So then Brihaspati appears. Brihaspati is the guru of the demigods. And he was respected by the demons as well as the demigods. Right? The guru of the demons is Sukracharya, and the guru of the demigods is Brihaspati. So Brihaspati is the Brahman. He's respected by the demigods. And we're told that Indra saw his guru, but he did not get up from his seat to offer a seat to his guru. And Indra did not even offer a welcome to Lord Indra, to Brihaspati. Indra did nothing to show him respect. Have you heard of anybody else do like that before? A very senior person came into the assembly and he did not get any honor.
It was Daksha.
Huh?
Daksha.
Oh,
Daksha.
he didn't.
Shiva.
Daksha what?
Lord Shiva, he expected Lord Shiva to honor him, but he did not get honor from him.
So was that an offense on the part of Lord Shiva?
No,
Why not?
because Lord Shiva said that I'm offering always respect to the super soul within, and I was in meditation offering respect to super soul.
No, Lord Shiva is senior to Daksha. Lord Shiva is a much senior person to Daksha. Lord Shiva is not an ordinary jiva. Daksha is a jiva tattva, but Lord Shiva is higher than that. He's almost God, right? He's almost on the level of God. So Lord Shiva is not required to offer respect to somebody like Daksha. You have the yes?
It's also when Maharshi Sutta didn't arise when Balaram walked in to the audience.
When who walked in?
Maharshan was giving class and Balaram walked in and he
Lord
didn't
Balaram walked in, yes. Maharshan was seated in Naimisharanya, and he was on an elevated seat, and Lord Balaram came in. And how was he received?
well, everybody else rose up except for Maharshi Sutta. So then, so Balaram then killed him with a straw.
Yes, everyone respected Lord Balaram, everyone did some kind of thing to offer respect. Some people stood up, some bowed down, others offered, folded their palms together in honor to honor him. But Romaharshan didn't do anything. And so Lord Balaram considered the situation, and he considered actually this Romaharshan was actually of a low birth. He was a mixed birth, right? Atiloma. His mother was from the Brahmana caste, but she'd married someone from the Kshatriya caste. Something like that. It wasn't, in those days it was not considered very proper. The woman from the high caste should marry a man of the high caste. So Lord Balaram considered that Romaharshan was not really a very pure Brahmana, and he was not humble. So Lord Balarama removed him from his seat by piercing his heart with a kusha grass. So it's customary that when the spiritual master is coming, that we honor him, right? What is the verse that how we should respect the spiritual master? What is some verses?
Sakshat Haritve Sarasasha.
That's one verse.
Yes,
And the
prasada bhavat prasada.
Guru and the Guru Vastikam, yes. That the spiritual master is honored as the Supreme Lord, because he's the most confidential servitor of the Lord. Not that he's God, but he's the confidential servitor of the Lord. And it said this is acknowledged in all revealed scriptures and is followed by all authorities. And there's another verse, so Acharya Mam Vidaniyam. You know this verse? Yes. Yes. Translation.
Yeah, so one should never disrespect a guru because one should never disrespect an acharya because an acharya is a representative of all the demigods.
Yeah, one.
And one should never consider him a mortal person, an ordinary mortal person.
Yeah, you should know the Acharya as my very self. He's the embodiment of all the demigods. So, like that, there are many scriptural references about the position of the spiritual master. Of course, you could say, well, he's not my spiritual master. Well, that's a different situation. You're not required to honor somebody who's not your own spiritual master. But we are required to honor the Supreme Lord. Right? Lord Balarama, the Supreme Lord, has to be properly honored. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. You have to offer respects. And in this case, Indra was a disciple of Brihaspati. Brihaspati was the guru of the demigods. Indra, he may be the king of the demigods, but he is also a disciple of Brihaspati. So he was required to show proper respect to the spiritual master. So it was certainly not proper of him not to give respect. We also see the danger of opulence, and we see also how dangerous it is to receive honor and worship. We say love, puja and pratishta, profit, adoration and distinction. Very bad, very harmful for somebody who's on the spiritual path. Of course, Indra is not really on the spiritual path. You know, he's the king of heaven. But still, he was required to show the proper etiquette in dealing with the spiritual master. As the king of the demigods, he has some position, he's got power, but still he is under the authority of his guru. He has to show proper respect. And all he had to do was properly receive his guru, welcome him. We see in Ramayana, like you see Maharaj Dasara, when things, Vishwamitra or Vashishta, when they would come, how he would honor them, how he would respect them. He was ready to give everything for them. Right? When Vishwamitra came to visit Maharaj Dasara, Maharaj Dasara said, "O great soul who is engaged in conquering over death." You know, he honored him. And he offered everything for him. He even went, of course, when he wanted, Vishwamitra wanted Lord Rama, then Dasarath was not so eager, but finally he relented. He had to give permission for Lord Rama to go with Vishwamitra. So, there's a pastime, there's one king, he took initiation from the guru. He took initiation. So the guru told the king, he said, "Now you're my property. You leave everything, you come with me." It was the king. And they took the king, said, "Now you come with me, we'll go." And went, and said, "We'll go, have to go for begging," and he was the king. And then, "Now your kingdom all belongs to me. And you're my disciple, everything you have is mine." Like that. So, sometimes spiritual master may test disciple like that. Wants to see surrender. You want to get the mercy of the spiritual master, you have to surrender. Alright, so then what happened? Brihaspati was a powerful personality. He knew what would happen in the future. And he could see Indra, how he was breaking the etiquette. So he understood Indra was proud of his opulence. So Sukadeva Goswami said he was able to curse Indra, but he did not do so. Instead, he left the assembly and went to his home. As devotees also, usually we don't curse people. People may be ignorant and they may not follow the etiquette, but we don't need to curse them. Because we know if they're doing something wrong, if they're not following the etiquette, in course of time they will get reaction for it. It will work against them. The laws of nature are very strict. And if we don't do what we're supposed to do, then we will get reactions for it. We cannot cheat Krishna. We can cheat ourselves, but we cannot cheat Krishna. Just like you get people coming sometimes, "Oh, I want initiation," and you ask them, "Are you chanting? Are you following principles?" Yes, I'm following. But actually they're not. And you don't. But they don't admit it. They will say, they will pretend they're following. So they're cheating themselves. They think I will cheat the guru. They don't cheat the guru, they cheat themselves by pretending to follow principles. So Brihaspati didn't need to curse Indra because he knew in course of time the reactions will come upon Indra. And we will see in this chapter what happens to the demigods because of their misbehavior, because they did not behave properly with the spiritual master. Right? You know yourself from the Guru Vastikam, right? What's the final verse? Of
Yes,
Guru
Prasadam
Vastikam?
Bhagavata.
Yeah, what's the meaning?
Yeah, if the Guru is pleased, Krishna will be pleased.
And if the Guru,
We
And
cannot.
if Krishna is pleased, then the Guru will be.
if the Guru is not pleased,
Krishna will not be pleased.
by the mercy of the
The
spiritual
spiritual
master,
master.
we get the mercy of Krishna. And without the mercy of the spiritual master,
Will not get
We cannot
We
get
have
Krishna's
a-
mercy.
there will just be havoc on the path of the person. He won't get any good results because he did not get the mercy of the spiritual master. Right?
Mhm.
Can you think of somebody who didn't get the mercy of the Guru? You know any examples? Who didn't get the mercy of the Guru?
Ekalavya.
Yeah.
He imagined that he had a guru, but he was not accepted by his guru. Therefore, he didn't get the mercy.
Yeah, he never really had the Guru.
With Karna.
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 From
He lied to his guru that he's a Brahmana.
Oh, he liked his Guru. Yeah. So what happened?
He was cursed that he would forget the mantra to
He got cursed.
invoke the weapons.
He got cursed.
Yes. That at the time of need, you forget the mantras to invoke the weapons. So when he was fighting with Arjuna, he couldn't invoke the mantra weapons.
No, here Brihaspati didn't curse Indra. He just left it because he knew that reaction's going to come without him cursing. There's an example in Chaitanya Charitamrita about the person who didn't get the mercy of his Guru. Ramachandra Puri,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What happened? Tell me.
He became an impersonalist. He had offended Lord Chaitanya.
He offended Lord Chaitanya. What did he do before that?
You're eating like eating so much.
He began to instruct his guru.
You're just
He be-
student here. You be quiet. You can take part.
What is that, Maharaj?
She's not in this class. She's just recording. I don't want her participating in this discussion.
Maybe it was Ramchandra Kaviraj, who was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. But when Madhavendra Puri was about to leave his body, and he was quoting one verse, Aijivna Dayandranatha Matvaranatha Padavavakisa, etc. And he was lamenting. So I'm so unfortunate. And Ramachandra Kaviraj said, "Oh, Guru Maharaj, you should be peaceful, you know. Ranabhuta Prasanatmana Shochichina Kankriti, why are you lamenting? Everything is, you're entering Brahman, everything is Brahman like that." And his guru was very much displeased by his disciple. Therefore, Guru Kaviraj didn't receive the mercy. And but Ishvara Puri, he was serving very faithfully to Madhavendra Puri, and therefore he was able to get all the mercy.
Yes, right. Ramachandra Puri tried to instruct his guru. He made the mistake of trying to instruct his spiritual teacher. And so Madhavendra Puri told him, "Get out of here." He said, "If I have to see your face at the time of death, I will never achieve my desired destination." So Ramachandra Puri had to go out and and he became accustomed to fault finding. He went everywhere finding fault with and he even came to Puri and he found fault with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So Lord Chaitanya honored him like his own guru because he was the godbrother of his own guru. But he was just a fault finder. When he accused, he said, "Look, you people, you eat too much. I see so many insects here. You must be keeping sweets." Right? Just see. You're keeping sweets, so many insects are coming. Now I know it's true. You people eat too much. Like that, finding fault everywhere unnecessarily. So that tendency is there. So to try to find fault, to instruct the Guru, that's an offense. Try to instruct the senior personality. Now Indra, of course, we've heard about Indra. You know, what are some of the pastimes Indra was involved in? What did he do wrong? In the fourth canto, what happened?
He stole the horse.
He stole whose horse?
Ratu Maharaj.
Yes. Why?
Because he was going to do 100 sacrifices and Indra has done 100, so he didn't want him to do it.
Yeah, Maharaj Prithu did 99 sacrifices and then Indra stole the horse, right? So Indra did these kind of, and then what else happens in 10th canto? What does Indra do? When Lord Krishna goes to heavenly planets to get the Parijata tree, what happens?
He fights with the Lord.
Indra fights with Krishna. You cannot take the Parijata tree from here, it belongs here in heaven. You have no right to take it away with you. And then another example, Indra. Yeah, of course, the Govardhan Leela, yeah.
Maharaj, what is surprising is that this pastime of Parijata happened after Govardhan Leela, and he was very much humbled by Krishna during Govardhan Leela. Still he forgot everything. That is even more surprising.
Well, that's what happens. Even though you get instructions, you forget. But we have to understand that when these faults happen, great personalities, that actually still he's a great personality. And we cannot criticize him because he's a very exalted personality. So he can do these kind of things and you have to just tolerate it. You can't criticize. He can, the example is given just like fire. You put something in fire, the fire burns everything. It doesn't consider what's good or what's bad. It burns everything. So the same way with this personalities, great personalities, they can do these kind of activities. They don't get harmed by it. They don't degrade themselves somehow. Yes?
Indra also offended Durvasa Muni.
Huh?
Indra also offended Durvasa Muni to.
Durvasa Muni?
In Canto 8, he gives Durvasa Muni gives his garland to Indra, and Indra gives it to Airavat, and Airavat crushes it, and Durvasa feels like he was disrespected, so he curses him to lose all of his opulences, and then the demons come and take over.
Where is this described?
This is in Canto 8.
Anyway, they're like that, great personalities, they can do these kind of things. They can they can behave sometimes in a manner which is not proper, but they don't get so much affected by it. And they're just like Lord Brahma. He could get lusty with his daughter. He looked lustily at his daughter. And some of the sons of Brahma were offended. They were laughing at it. Well, come on, you're Lord Brahma, you're a father, you shouldn't be behaving like this. And they got reactions because they tried to, minimize the position of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma was doing wrong, but their position is not on that level that they can criticize the superior person. Lord Brahma he's the supreme in the universe. So Indra also has a big position in the universe. And sometimes he behaves in these ways which are not proper. But because he's Indra, you have to, okay, he's Indra anyway, you just turn a blind eye. And even Brihaspati sometimes, he also did something wrong. Sometimes his behavior would not be proper. But because he's a very high position, he's very exalted, so they can consume the reactions for that without too much trouble. However, we cannot imitate these personalities, but we should understand how, because they are very exalted personalities, because they have a very big, that we should learn to tolerate their activities. And it's not our position to instruct them.
Then Maharaj, when Brahma is there, some say that criticized, what should they do, Maharaj? Or sons of Brahma, they should not tell Brahma. When less people looks are there against that data, who has to just for?
Well, they have to go to somebody senior. They have to approach the Supreme Lord Vishnu.
That they did, of course. They prayed the Lord.
So that is the etiquette. So it's described in 10th canto like that. But great personalities, they can do no wrong. I mean, they do wrong, but they don't get the reaction.
Maybe purpose behind that, something else is there.
Maybe, yeah. So anyway, here you have Brihaspati. He left the assembly, he went home. And after Brihaspati has gone, then Indra is repentant. He realizes he has made a mistake. That is a good sign, that he was intelligent enough to understand that, I've done wrong here. I should have received Brihaspati. I should have given him proper respect. And now he's gone. So Indra realizes this is not good. I've offended the Guru. It won't help me. It's not going to be good for us demigods. So he thought, let me find Brihaspati. Let me go and get him and bring him back. So he goes to look for Brihaspati, but cannot find him. Because Brihaspati is powerful. Huh?
Invisible.
Yeah, he disappeared. And so this Indra and the other demigods, they could not find out their Guru. Brihaspati just disappeared. But Indra realized his mistake. That was good. He condemned himself in the presence of all the members of the assembly.
Maharaj, okay, Indra is Indra has neglected, it's fine, but others were other demigods were there. So all did the same mistake. So all other demigods, other than Indra, they must have seen Brihaspati, their guru. So they must have shown him their respect, no?
Yeah, they're all guilty. They're all guilty because they didn't do anything. They should have taken care of Brihaspati, the other demigods, even if Indra didn't do anything. But they were so busy giving their attention to Indra, honoring Indra, praising Indra, offering worship to Indra, they didn't bother also. So they're all guilty of offense. Not only Indra, but Indra's most senior, so he gets the bulk of the offense. Just like when Srivas Pandit went to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Devananda Pandit, right? What happened?
Srivas Pandit entered the class, and while listening the verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, he became absorbed in ecstasy because of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. And other students of Devananda Pandit, they considered his behavior to be a nuisance. Therefore, they threw him out, and Devananda Pandit did nothing to protest and to protect Srivas Pandit.
Devananda Pandit didn't do anything. So, who gets the reactions for what they did to Srivas Pandit? Devananda Pandit has to carry some of the reactions, yeah, because they were his students. He was teaching them. He did not teach them how to respect the pure devotee. So when Srivas Pandit came and he was hearing the Bhagavatam and he was feeling ecstasy, they picked him up and threw him out. They thought, just disturbing us. So Srivas Pandit was a pure devotee, but the students didn't know. And Devananda also didn't know. Devananda didn't know or didn't care. So this was an offense against a pure devotee. And Lord Krishna cannot tolerate the offences against his devotee. Krishna can tolerate offences against himself, but not against his pure devotee. So here, Indra is feeling repentant. The demigods, others, maybe they're also feeling guilty. So you see text number 11. Alas, what a regrettable deed I have committed. Because of my lack of intelligence and my pride in my material opulences, I failed to show respect to my spiritual master when he entered this assembly. And thus I have insulted. So lack of intelligence, pride in my material opulence. So these, of course, these things are big disqualifications for devotional service. Lack of intelligence, no good knowledge, no good brain, and pride in material opulence, that false ego, the ahankar, attachment, pride is that attachment, one's very proud, very attached. So that pride is against the principles of pure devotion. We want to cultivate the mood of pure devotion. There should be both Gyan and Vairagya. Right? These two things, Gyan and Vairagya. they follow wherever there is devotion. So here Indra is saying, lack of intelligence, no gyan. An attachment, material attachment. So he didn't cultivate these two qualities of Jnana and Vairag. He failed to show respect. So he insulted his guru. So Indra continues describing his repenting his position and his condition. He's confessing his faults in front of the assembly of the other demigods. He said, although I am the king of the demigods, who are supposed to be situated in the mode of goodness, I was proud of a little opulence and polluted by false ego. Under these circumstances, who in this world would accept such riches at the risk of falling down? Alas, I condemn my wealth and opulence. And so this is a very good thing, very nice. He's saying like this, but it's too late.
Already left.
Brihaspati's already gone. He's already made the mistake. Guru's gone. It's too late now. So he said, I condemn my wealth and opulence. Anyway, it's a good lesson for Indra. Of course, as you said, Indra learned lessons before. You learn a lesson, something you have to learn it several times before it sinks in. You know, just like some people, you know, they're told it's wrong to steal. So an intelligent person, he won't steal. And somebody else, he's told it's wrong to steal. He steals, but he gets caught by the police and he's put into jail. So once he's been in jail, he says, well, I'm not going to steal again. It was so terrible inside the prison, I don't want to go through that again. He won't steal again. But other people, they steal and they go to prison, they come out, they steal again, go back to prison, and it goes on and on, again and again. So the same way in the material world, in this world, people, they don't learn the lesson so well. They commit sins again and again. We hear, you're not the body, but still we forget, right? We forget because we're very attached to the body. It's very difficult to learn that we're not the body. Although we're hearing all these things, we've heard many times, but still we act on the platform of the body. We want sense gratification. We want to enjoy. So it's one thing to get the knowledge, it's another thing to be able to apply it and to remember it, to use it repeatedly. We hear and we forget. And you hear again. So we have to constantly hear. Right? Prabhupada was constantly preaching to us again and again. And he would tell us it's not such an easy thing. You know, the knowledge, the philosophy is not very difficult. But to use it, to apply it constantly, that is difficult. That is the challenge. So Prabhupada, in his purport, he's quoting Lord Chaitanya's Shikshastikam, 4th verse. And he said, I don't even want liberation. Opulence, as Prabhupada writes here, according to the laws of nature, when one is extremely opulent, one becomes degraded. Right? We're thinking, I'm very opulent, I'm a rich man, I have this, So Prabhupada said this is true both individually and collectively. And then Prabhupada takes a look at life in the USA, in the Western world, particularly in the USA. Of course, Prabhupada had gone there to the USA, he saw the situation, and he's remarking, and this was 50 years ago. Now the situation is much worse. It's much worse than it was when Prabhupada was there. It doesn't get any better. The influence of Kali Yuga so strong. So Prabhupada said this American nation trying to advance in material opulence without trying to produce ideal human beings. Just simply high standard of living. What they think anyways, high standard of living. But actually it's low standard. They're thinking high standard. But it's still meat, fish and eggs, intoxication, gambling and illicit sex. And they're thinking high standard of living. Actually, it's on the level of animals, but they're thinking high standard. So, Prabhupada said, the American people are now regretting the wholesale criminality of American society. And are wondering how America has become so lawless and unmanageable. Yeah, in USA, people they're afraid to go out at night. There's certain parts of cities, even whole cities, people will never go to. And to go out at night, you're taking a big risk. There's a park there in New York. If you go there at night, you'll certainly be killed or mugged or, beaten up and robbed. Without doubt about it, certain. It's supposed to be, advanced civilization. So this is, Prabhupada said, this is a result of so-called opulence. Even in the UK, it was just a few years ago, there was rioting in the streets and the people were breaking all the shops and looting everything. This was going on in the streets of London there, like in different cities even. So, so-called opulence is, people don't know what is real opulence anymore. They're blinded by the material energy. Material energy covers their proper knowledge. So it's certainly a problem. Prabhupada was in the USA, and at that time there was a Time magazine which somehow came to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was looking at it. On the cover of the magazine, the Time magazine, was crime, why and what to do. And Prabhupada said, we have the solution for that. He said, we can give them the solution to crime. And it happened, Prabhupada, I think it was in Detroit or Chicago, but anyway, Prabhupada got the head of the police department and he came to meet Prabhupada and they talked about how to deal with the problem, how to deal with crime. Of course, Prabhupada's program was very spiritual, you know, and get everyone together, you have kirtan, you read the Bhagavad Gita and preach to them, you know. And like this, he said, give people nice prasadam and people will be changed. If they're given nice food stuff and they have nice chanting of the holy name, then they can be changed, their consciousness. It can change their whole life. And so the man was very interested actually. This man from the police department who liked Prabhupada very much. He appreciated. Prabhupada said, the problem is government is not supporting. He said, we are willing to cooperate. He said, government must give support. You know, we cannot feed people. Of course we do feed a lot of people, but we're limited. But we could do much more if the government will give more support. But you can see all over the world that the effect of opulence, more material wealth, does not make life any better. It doesn't mean the standard of living will be greatly improved. The character of the people will diminish the more there is material opulence. We see the personality of Kali. He was told he could reside wherever there is hoarding of gold. Because wherever there is hoarding of gold, then the other things will come. All the other regulated principles, irreligious principles, they come. Wherever there's too much wealth, the degradation of the society. So that's why Prabhupada promoted, you know, he would say, simple living, high thinking. It's a better program. People of opulent living, but low thinking. They don't think about any real goal of life. Their only thinking is sense gratification. I have money, I want to enjoy. And how do they enjoy? They go to the bar, they go to the clubs, they eat horrible things, they drink terrible things, and they do terrible things. They engage in all sinful activities. That's their money. They use their money for their sinful activities. They don't know how to use money properly. This is the problem. Kali Yuga, everybody's a Sudra. Sudras, better not to give them money. Because you give them money, they don't know how to use it. They will gamble, they will drink, they will take drugs. They don't know how to use their money.
Maharaj, I was hearing one time on statistics that in USA, the saving is mostly people have 1% saving. They just spend away by the end of month and they are practically broke. But still they are not hoarding money, but still they are engaged in all sort of sinful activities. That hoarding of money means not utilizing properly in Krishna consciousness. That's the meaning of hoarding of money.
Well, the point is they have money, but they don't know how to use it. How do they use their money?
Like you are saying, they are doing drugs or buying, consumerism.
They buy, what do they buy? They buy alcohol, they buy all kinds of things, cigarettes. They smoke cigarettes a lot, they buy a lot of alcohol, they spend a lot of money on meat, they like to eat these kind of things. like this is how they use, and sometimes also gambling. So this is how they use their money.
Maharaj, like I come from sort of, they are remnants of Vedic culture, and they are these Vaishya people. They hold lot of money, and by nature they keep lot of money, but still they are not so much into these things, these sinful activities. They are still cultured people.
And they may be pious, but doesn't mean they're good people. They hold a lot of money and they want to get more money. And they have money and how do they use the money? What do you do with the money? Invest it, make more money, and it's going to come, their children maybe will inherit the money and the children will go and enjoy it. Right? At one point they're going to use it for their senses. They're not thinking about using it they're not thinking about self-realization. They're thinking the goal of life is money. To get more money. A bigger house. More cars. More jewelry. More diamonds. More gold. They're not thinking about self-realization. They're not thinking about birth and death. If you ask them, where do you want to go in your next life? You ask them like that. What are your plans for the future? I don't mean just when you get old. I mean when you give up this body, when you move on to the next life. Where do you want to go? Where are you trying to go? You should have some plan. You should have some thinking about where we want to go in our next life. Now you have the human body. Where are you going to be in the next life? You may be very rich. They have a lot of money. What, are they going to take it with them to the next life? They cannot. They have to leave it all here. What are they going to do with that money? They don't know how to use it. What they should do, they should build the temples. They should give it to the temple to put a nice, let us finish TOVP. They should give money for printing books. They should give money for prasadam distribution, Kumbh Mela. They're feeding 50,000 people a day. They could feed many more people if they have more money. This is proper use of money. It belongs to, it's all Krishna's money. It's not our money. You get the money by the grace of Krishna. He gives it. If you don't use it properly, one day it will be taken from you. You just keep it in the bank, that's not proper use. We have to know how to use it. So if you're just keeping the money and building it up, becomes more, you get more interest, more money, but you don't know how to use it. They have no knowledge. What is proper use of this wealth? It all belongs to God. It's meant for His service. So in USA we see people, they have motor cars. Everybody has a motor car. People have practically everybody has a motor car, even poor people in America. Because there's practically no public transport in many places. You need to have a car.
Well, the goal of life is not, you just told that it's for self-realization and not money. But if somebody says that I has passion towards making money and he is giving a lot of donation also to the temple, So is that okay, or we should improve that consciousness also?
Well, if he's donating for Krishna consciousness, he's donating to temple, that's very good, yes. You'll get the benefit of that.
So he can have his goal of making money also.
Yeah, you can do business, everybody has to do some work. That is a principle in life. Everybody has to have some work and make some kind of living for oneself, to maintain oneself. You have to have some money, you have to have some kind of livelihood, means of maintaining your livelihood. That's essential for everyone. You have to maintain yourself. So, okay, somebody's successful, they have a good karma, they can make a lot of money. You know, some people have that good karma, they're able to make a lot of money. Oh, you can't deny that, it's not wrong. They have good karma, they have that good, that somehow they're blessed with that skill. You know, we say everything they touch turns to gold. Some people have that ability, you know, their business will just become, wow, they make a lot of money so easily. They have that good karma. So how they get the money? How to use the money? That's the problem. Okay, they're giving to the temple, very good. How much are they giving to them? How much are they keeping for themselves? Yes?
In England, we have a really rich person called Anil Agarwal, and he donates chunks of his money. So, you know, he's chanting 16 rounds everything. He's a businessman, and just recently he gave a £5 million building for a retreat centre, like to have yoga kind of retreats for corporate places. Then he helped build the Haveli as well. He gave many hundreds of thousands for that. So he's using all of his money that he gets, any excess profits that he makes, he gives it all to the temple. One time he just wanted to visit the youth group, so they were on a trip to Spain, 150 of them. So he just flew on his helicopter and he bought like gifts for everyone, gave it out to the youth, and so he's always using his wealth to serve the devotees.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Some good people. You know, he's giving some money. How much is he keeping for himself?
That we do not.
Huh?
We do not know that one. We do not.
Yeah, I mean, you know, certainly, you know, he's giving. I know one man, he said, I know when I give to Krishna, it will come back more. And so some people, they think like that. They have that mentality that I'll give to Krishna, Krishna will give me back more. And so business mentality can be there. Yeah, it's good. Some people are giving. They have that opportunity to give to Krishna. So if they give to Krishna, they get a lot of mercy for that. It's good for them. They're very lucky that they're able to give something. Somebody else is very poor, but they give something, they also get the mercy. They'll also be blessed. It's not what you give, it's what you don't give. Right? Krishna doesn't see so much what you give, but he sees what you're keeping back. How much you're holding on to yourself. So, yeah, some rich people, wealthy people, they're able to do a lot of service. Very nice. We see, like in London, George Harrison, he gave in the beginning. George Harrison gave first of all for the temple. When they first got the place in Bury Place, he got paid for the marble to go on the altar. And then Prabhupada wanted him to pay for the Krishna book. So he paid for the first printing of the Krishna book. He paid for that. And then afterwards, then he bought the Bhakti Vedanta. So that was all to his credit. No, Krishna arranges like that. Sends people, they can use their money, Krishna's service. So that's proper use of money. but not everybody understands the proper use, how to use the money properly. They get covered. They think this is my money. Right? Nothing is ours, right? We come to the world with nothing and we leave with nothing. What is ours? In the course of our short life here in this world, we're sometimes blessed, things are put into our hands. You should use it for Krishna's service while you have the opportunity. If you don't use it for Krishna, what will happen? The money will be taken by lawyers or doctors. Those are the those people, they're very good in getting people's money. You get involved in some legal case, you know, you have a lot of money maybe, then the family argue, it's my money, I should get that money, and they'll argue and they'll go to court and they'll spend a lot of money on legal fees. Or then sometimes you get sick and you have to go to doctor and you spend a lot of money, medical treatment, this medicine, that medicine, this, oh, so many things. So Krishna will, the money will go. If you don't use it for Krishna, then the doctors and the lawyers will take it from you. So you want, when you get money, you want to use it for Krishna. Don't wait too long. And the problem also, when you get, if you have too much wealth, it goes to your head, and you start to think, I'm powerful, like Aranyakashipu, right? So Prabhupada is talking about the American society. He said they are Varna Sankara. They are all Varna Sankara. He said they are less than fourth class. A hellish society. So Prabhupada said it's to the good fortune that Hare Krishna movement has come to America. And young men are giving attention. So Prabhupada talks about the importance of the Varnashram system, dividing the society, first class, second class, third, fourth class. And Prabhupada was giving a lecture in Sweden, and he was talking to them about dividing society, that everybody is fourth class today, modern Kali Yuga, everyone's fourth class. So some young man stood up and said, oh, so you are saying we are all fourth class and you are first class. Right? Prabhupada said, he said, no, he said, actually, he said, I am fifth class because I am your servant. I've come to serve all of you. So I am fifth class. So Prabhupada agreed, they were fourth class. Right? They were fourth class people. So Prabhupada talks, he said, American people regret their mistaken advancement in civilization. What did they do wrong? They did not take advice from the spiritual teachers. Right? They simply listened to politicians and these kind of people who spoke about economic development. More money, people will have more money, right? But there's no education, there's no character building. The people are all just simply hedonists. They're just simply sense enjoyers. They simply only live for sense gratification. So this is the situation in the world today. Not only in America, now we see in India also like this, right? People in India also, we just think about money, work for money, and with money then we will buy the motor car, and with the motor car we'll go to the bar, we'll drink alcohol, we'll eat meat, we'll have all kinds of sinful activities. And they think this is enjoyment, this is the real life. And though they don't realize what is the result of that kind of living, how it degrades society, how people become totally blind to any real purpose in life. So what can be done? What is the solution?
Hare Krishna movement, to be expanded.
Yeah.
Krishna consciousness to be preached.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to vigorously make propaganda. Try to give people some Krishna consciousness, give them the opportunity to hear and to chant. We have to try to give them a higher taste. They've got the lower taste. They're tasting the Maya soup. They're not getting the higher taste. This is the challenge. So, our Sankirtan movement, going on, book distribution, outreach preaching programs, trying to introduce people to Krishna consciousness. And you can see some good results. You can see people like, they have that, in USA there's that woman, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard, you've heard of her?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes, right. Yeah, she's a politician in, on a high position in politics. But she's preaching Bhagavad Gita. And sometimes she came also to the Rath Yatra in New York, brought her guitar and chanted Hare Krishna. She's constantly preaching about Bhagavad Gita and the message of the Gita.
She came to Vrindavan like 3-4 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Met Gopal Krishna Maharaj in Delhi.
She met Gopal Krishna?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And met Modi.
She met Modi?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's a big politician. Modi would have to meet her. She had it from her childhood. Her parents were devotees. Not really ISKCON, but somebody who used to be in ISKCON. One of the ISKCON he made his own society. But like that, people coming forward, doing more service. So it can happen. It takes time. We saw recently in England they had a Rishi Sunak became the Prime Minister for some time. So that was an opportunity also for introducing people more to Hindu culture, Vedic culture. When he became the Prime Minister, they brought him to the temple, Bhakti Manor. He'd never been before. But when he became the Prime Minister, some other politicians were there, and they got him to come to the temple. And he said, yeah, I need to get the blessings. I need blessings. Difficult job. Try to save the crumbling British economy. Okay, we'll take a break. Hare Krishna. 10 minutes.